Welcome to another video provided by Trusted Realty, powered by RE/MAX Saskatoon. Seriously, I am absolutely thrilled to guide you through today's explainer, because right now, Saskatoon is experiencing an unbelievably strong June real estate market. I mean, the numbers we're seeing are just phenomenal across the board, and we're going to break down exactly what this all means for you. Like the quote says, welcome to another video provided by Trusted Realty, powered by RE/MAX Saskatoon. At Trusted Realty, we're really just here to provide you with the absolute most accurate, up-to-date insights on everything happening in our local landscape. So whether you're actively looking to make a move, or maybe you're just keeping a close eye on your investments, this update is going to give you a super clear, structured view of what is honestly an incredibly dynamic summer market. Now, before we get into the raw numbers, it's absolutely crucial to establish exactly where this data is coming from, right? The facts, the figures, all the trends we're exploring today, they're drawn directly from the Saskatchewan Realtors Association's June market stats. Relying on this official source means we're looking at the verified reality of the market. And, having that rock-solid data is just so important when conditions are shifting as rapidly as they are right now. Okay, let's dive into this. 589. That is the total number of residential sales reported in Saskatoon just last month alone. It's a staggering amount of volume, honestly. It really shows that buyers are out in full force right now, actively closing deals and driving just an immense amount of activity in the city. Now, to really grasp the magnitude of those 589 sales, we kind of have to put it into historical context. This isn't just, a busy month. It actually represents one of the strongest Junes on record. In fact, that sales figure is a massive 22% above the 10-year average for the month. So we aren't just beating recent trends here, we're significantly outpacing a whole decade's worth of historical data. The demand in Saskatoon right now is simply exceptional. And this isn't just some isolated spike to kick off the summer. When we zoom out and look at year-to-date sales through the first half of the year, they're remaining remarkably robust. Despite immense inventory pressures, which, don't worry, we'll get to in a moment, year-to-date sales are well above the 10-year average. They're so strong, in fact, that they're only narrowly trailing 2025 levels. That momentum we saw earlier in the year, it's carried right through to the midpoint. But here's where it gets interesting, because this creates a really fascinating conflict within the market. On one side of the equation, we actually saw a 17% year-over-year increase in new listings. So more homes are coming onto the market compared to last year. But contrast that with the second metric. Inventory levels are still a drastic 43% below the 10-year average. It's wild. The new listings simply aren't enough to satisfy the overwhelming buyer demand, and that's creating a severe inventory squeeze. And this brilliantly illustrates the reality of that tension. We are looking at exactly 1.6 months of supply heading into July. To put that into perspective for you, homes are being absorbed almost as soon as the for sale sign hits the front lawn. This dynamic leaves Saskatoon reporting the absolute tightest market conditions in the entire province. Just for context, a balanced market usually has several months of supply. At 1.6 months, things are moving incredibly fast. So that leads us directly to the most critical question of this whole explainer. What happens when record-breaking sales volume collides head-on with an unprecedented inventory squeeze? I mean, when demand is skyrocketing 22% above average, but the available supply is sitting 43% below average, something has to give, right? Well, the answer is a brand new, all-time record, $448,400. Because of those intensely tight market conditions, Saskatoon's residential benchmark price has been pushed to a historic high. This right here is the financial climax of that supply and demand tension playing out in real time. To see just how fast this is moving, consider that the previous record was just set back in May at $444,400. So in a single month, the benchmark price jumped by $4,000 to hit that new high of $448,400. And to put that broader growth into perspective, this new June benchmark is nearly 5% higher than the levels we saw in June of 2025. So the crucial point is really taking all of this high-level data and figuring out how to apply it to your personal real estate strategy. Whether you're looking to buy or sell, it's about making your next move a smart one. If you're a seller looking to capitalize on record prices and low inventory, or maybe you're a buyer needing to navigate these competitive, fast-moving listings, having a data-driven strategy has literally never been more important. Which brings us to our final thought for today's explainer. The numbers are crystal clear. Saskatoon is moving, prices are up, and supply is historically low. So I'll leave you with this. Are you prepared to navigate the tightest market in the province? Thank you so much for joining me for this breakdown of the Saskatoon June market update. Stay focused, stay informed, and I will see you in the next explainer.